Welcome to the human side of things. Have you ever opened your phone feeling perfectly fine, only to put it down a few minutes later with the strange sense that your life isn't quite enough? Maybe someone else seems more successful, more attractive, more productive, more confident. The feeling is familiar to many of us, and it is tempting to blame the internet for creating it. But insecurity is much older than the internet. Human beings have always compared themselves to others. Long before smartphones existed, people worried about status, appearance, belonging, and acceptance. What changed was not the existence of insecurity. What changed was the scale. For most of history, our comparisons were limited to the people around us: friends, neighbors, classmates, co-workers. Today, a single scroll can expose us to hundreds of lives from around the world, and our brains do something interesting with all that information. We rarely compare ourselves to one person. Instead, we unconsciously combine pieces of many different people. The fitness of one individual, the career of another, the relationship of someone else, the lifestyle of another stranger entirely. Gradually, an impossible standard begins to take shape, not because anyone intended it, but because our minds are trying to make sense of everything we see. Technology eventually became very good at learning what captures our attention, and uncertainty about ourselves tends to capture attention remarkably well. When people feel unsure about their future, they often search for advice. When they feel dissatisfied, they look for inspiration. When they feel stuck, they look for examples of people who seem to have figured things out. The problem is that this search rarely has a clear ending. Every answer leads to another question. Every goal reveals another standard. Every improvement introduces another area of life that appears unfinished. What begins as inspiration can quietly become comparison, and comparison rarely comes with a finish line. None of this means the internet is inherently harmful. The same technology that fuels comparison can also educate, connect, and inspire. But it helps to recognize that modern platforms operate in an economy built around attention, and attention often follows our doubts more easily than our confidence. Perhaps the challenge of modern life is not avoiding comparison altogether. Human beings have probably never been capable of that. The challenge is learning to recognize which insecurities genuinely belong to us, and which ones arrive through a screen. Because the difference may seem small, but it matters more than we often realize. This video is based on the blog How Algorithms Profit from Self-Doubt. For more articles exploring the human side of modern life, visit ecosociosphere.in.